Hello YouTube, JoJo3102 here, and I have another video for you. What I have here is my EDC keychain that I carry with me. Now this goes with me every day when I go out of the house. Clipped here on my right side, or I'm sorry, on my left side. This carabiner on the belt loop, with the keychain and all the tools in my left pocket. What I did was I took everything off of the keychain just to kind of save time as we go through here, and then I'll put them all back on. Hopefully if I have time to put everything back on when we go. But what I'll start with is what's right here on the keychain itself. I have about a 2-inch zigzag knot, or zigzag stitch of paracord. I made this and put this on here specifically for the reason that this altogether is about, with the two colors, one color, the black, and the digital camo, are about 2 feet of paracord. The reason I carry this on here is if need be, you get stuck where you break a shoelace. Now, just regular shoes or dress shoes or something like that, not necessarily boots or anything like that. 2 feet probably can get you through, so you can get get new laces. But if you needed to use these laces, you could take this apart. You have 2 feet of each color, and you can lace your shoes back up. Now, granted, if you need to do both, well, then you're going to have different color shoelaces, but it's going to get you through where you need to go. Really small, compact, fits right on the keychain, ready to go. If you have thinner holes, eyelets, you can take the strands out, which will thin it all down. You can use it for that. Second thing is the widgie bar, micro widgie bar. Has a paracord wrap. I didn't do any of the over-under kind of wrap here. I just did the straight, wrapped around one, wrapped right next to each other for this. This has actually been a pretty cool tool. I've used this a lot in a couple things here at home, having to pry things off the wall. Some of those self-adhesive hooks. You get this in there, you can kind of pry it right off. It doesn't keep the paint from coming off the wall, but it does help keep some of that sticky residue from staying behind on the wall. That way when you do sand it down and repaint, you can do that, or you can just put it right back over there if you need to put a new one up. So that's the keychain. More paracord here that it uses. A couple of tools that I use on here that I carry with me. One time I talked about these on my other keychain, on my keychain, my car keys and house keys. I moved this over to that EDC keychain, is a nail file and nail clippers. Okay, so that nail clippers there. On here, does have a can opener, bottle opener here. Never really use it, but it is there, and a small blade, which is completely dull. It's just there. I did, in one of my videos, I kind of annotated that I had this on my keychain. I did have someone come up to me, a girl, kind of jokingly ask if I had nail clippers that she could use. Whipped out my keychain, gave this to her, and she kind of had that, like, are you serious? You really have these? But thank you, I really needed them look on her face, which was kind of cool. Yep, they are pink with a pineapple and some kind of logo, whatever that is, on there. But hey, they're nail clippers, and they work. Second thing, added this from my regular keychain as well. Flint rod and steel, just to have something to make fire with. There was a container of matches that was attached to this, a good sized container, but the plastic finally broke. I will tell you a true story. These right here, if you notice, have the Boy Scout logo on them. Yes, I was a Boy Scout at one point in time, and these were my Boy Scout issued flint and steel and the match holder. So I have had these for over 20 years. So this is a good 20-year-old product right here. Still works. It's on here, so I don't know. See if I can get. No, I don't have the leverage to get anything. Yeah. off of that, but it does still work. You know, it does work. Still can't throw a spark with it. I do want to update it. I will get something new in the future as it goes on, but still have these carry them on there. Have here Gerber clutch. Most of you are familiar with these. Some of you probably have them in your own collection. You know, has the spring assisted pliers here. Wire cutters are in there. Has the tools here on the outside. Just your basic tools that are there. What I like a lot about this, which I think is cool, is that it tells you right there that the nail file's right over here, so that when you look, I have no nails to get it out, but there's a nail file and the nail cleaner. And then over on this side, it tells you that that's where the blade is, so you can pull it out. There's a blade. Nice sharp blade. I have used this a lot of times to get in the small packages when I'm on the go. A lot of those plastic, you know, your knife or one of these or something like that will come in a plastic container. You need to get in there. This point's really pointy, acute point. Nice and sharp blade. It'll get right in there. You cut those off for that. Next is the P51 can opener. In my other video, I couldn't remember what this thing was called, but it is a P51. Taped it up so that the can opener part wouldn't get caught on anything and break, cut myself, or cut anything on there. But nice and handy to have. Real quick, I wanted to tell a little story about this. At the dollar store here, they sold a set of about 20 of these key rings with 20 little chains and 20 clips like this. That way, you know, for kids to make their own little keychain, make their own little fun thing that they wanted to do, zip pulls or whatever. So I got these mainly to use with my paracord, to make more paracord wrap things. What I ended up doing with a lot of them was clipping these little tools onto the key ring, and then using these clips to attach it to, where'd the end go? To the keychain itself. So you would have that here. You want to add it on. Now, it's not as easy as getting something from County-Com like a gate clip or something like that to add it on, but you know, it will work to clip on, and getting it off not that difficult, especially if you use it on the key ring on the thin part there. So that's how I hold them onto the keychains with there. And that, for 20 of those, 20 of these key rings, the clips and the chains, for $1. Another County-Com product are the screw keys. Again, you'll see a lot of screwdrivers in here. I just think these things are pretty cool. You never know when you're going to need to, you know, screw something. But I just thought this product was just a cool product to have. Got it from County-Com. Screw key set. Has the Phillips head right here, large size Phillips, and a large size flat head right there. A lot of people have this on their EDC keychains, bob bags, things like that. And it is a Fox 40 whistle. This is the mini version, and yes, it is very loud. I use this in my job as my duty whistle. Then I have a second one that I use for that. So have that on there. Never know when you have to get somebody's attention, or let somebody know where you are. Don't only have to yell. Nice whistle. From a previous job, I used to work at a liquor store. Yes, in Ocean City, Maryland. Late night liquor and kegs. Great place. If you're ever in Ocean City, go check it out. Just a regular bottle opener, you know. I've had it on my keys for years. Just kept it on there. Everybody's had one. When you go to college, pick these things up. You know, they're great. Mini Sharpie. I love Sharpies. A lot of my kits and things you'll see I have a Sharpie, different types of Sharpies. The mini one, blue Sharpie. You know, never know when you're going to have to write something down. Want to have something quick, easy to write with. You can write on anything.